Sorry about that, guys. I got cut off. So your answer should have been 70. Okay. If you notice right here, we ended up with, oops, my fault. There we go. Your answer should have been 70. Okay. If you notice right here, I already went ahead and started the problem. So we rewrite the problem to 56 equals 8 times what number? If you said 7, then your answer was correct, and we would pop that right in there. Okay, now we're going to move on. Let's move on to number 7. And don't use your finger to erase your board. It's bad practice right there. My hands are going to be, look at, they're already colored. Okay, so let's start. 200 divided by 5. 200 divided by 5. I'll write this out. Please make sure you're showing all your work. And choose a method, stick to it like I always say, and then go from there. Okay, now the first thing you have to ask yourself, because remember, a number that has zeros right after it, you're going to have to double check to make sure this number is smaller than the one that you're going to divide into. So, is 5 bigger than 2? Okay, if you said no, you were correct. So now we have to not only use this number, but we have to use the number next door to it. Is 5 smaller than 20? Perfect. If you said yes, you're correct. So what you need to do is take out only one of the zeros, and we will add that guy over here. Okay? So now you have the 0 right here. So I'm going to slide this over just a little bit, maybe. So I'm going to move my answer just a little bit. Okay, now we have the 0 right here, and it's only 1. So we have some number that 200 divided by 5 is equal to, plus a 0 at the end. So let's go ahead and do our first step, which is to do the circles. Okay, we're going to rewrite first. So 20 divided by 5 is equal to, and 20 divided by 5 is equal to. You might be getting better at this, because if you're working on your flashcards, you probably already know this answer. But please share your work either way. I don't want you to just do it off the top of your head. Not just yet anyway. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to put 20 dots in a total of 5 circles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Every circle has 4 spots, so we will put 4, and our answer should be 40. Okay, if you want to do it the other way, then you would do 20 equals 5 times what number? And if you said 20 equals 5 times 4, then you are correct. And you would still prop this number right up there, and you would get 40. Moving on, next problem. Okay, now you have 240 divided by 4. So 240 divided by 4 equals. Okay, first step, take out the 0, prop it over here. Next step, rewrite 24 divided by 4. 24 divided by 4. Okay, I'm going to do method 2 first because it's just quicker. 24 equals 4 times what number? You said that number was 6. It was 4 times 6, correct. So our answer should be 60. Okay, let's double check it on this side. We're going to make 4 circles. 1, 2, because our number's 4 here. 3, 4. And we're going to see if there are 6 spots in each of these circles after we hit 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Are there 6 spots? Perfect. So there's 6, and that is our answer. So our answer would have been 60. Okay, let's move on to number 9. And for the remainder of these videos, I'm just going to run through the problems. If you do have a question on anyone, so I'm going to stop explaining at this point, and for numbers 9 all the way through 14, if you did have a question on one particular one, please feel free to message me or have Mom, Dad set up a time so then I can go back over your work with you. But for the most part, you guys should have the hang of this, and I don't want to waste too much of your time and get you started on your assignment. Okay, so 810 divided by 9 is equal to, it should have been 90. You would have crossed out this, put that there. And then on this one, when we rewrite it, it should have been 81 divided by 9 equals 81 divided by 9 equals, and they're both 9. 81 is equal to 9 times what number? Would have been 9 times 9 equals 81. On this side, there should be 9 circles. And each of these circles, I'm not going to do it. It's going to take a long time for me to do that. But each of these circles should have had 9 spots in each of them. Okay? Moving on to the next problem. And feel free, guys, remember, you can always pause these videos. You can come back to them if you need to go take a break for lunch or something. Don't feel like you have to sit here through the whole session. Okay, 6400, excuse me, divided by 8 equals what? We're going to take out these 2 zeros. We're going to add those right here. We're going to rewrite our problem, 64 divided by 8 on both sides. If you knew what that was, then great. If not, you would have had to do the work. Either way, you have to do the work. So 64 equals 8 times what number? Would have been 64 is equal to 8 times 8. Okay. You would make 8 circles here for, let's do 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, because I probably won't fit them lower for you to see them. On each of these circles, like I said, once again, I'm not going to do it, but each of the circles should have had 8 dots total inside of them. Okay, moving on. We are on number 11 now. Okay, number 11 is 3,500 divided by 7 is equal to what? You can cross these two out, 0, 0. Okay? And then we would rewrite these, 35 divided by 7, 35 divided by 7. Well, that should have given you 5. Which means our answer would have been 500. Okay, the way you work this is 35 is equal to 7 times what number? 35 is equal to 7 times 5. On this side, you would have drawn 7 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in each of these circles, you would have had 5 dots. Next up, whoops. Erase my M2. I'm going to have to rewrite that again. Okay, next up is number 12, which is 5,000 divided by 5. Okay, on this one, 5. Okay, here's what, you know what, I've been phrasing it incorrectly, so my fault. 5, this number, can be either smaller or equal to this one. If it's equal to it, you're good. So on this one, all you had to do was cross out all 3 zeros. And I bet you guys can do this one in your head at least, right? So we're going to take 3 zeros over here. We're going to prop them right there. I don't know if you can see that. 5 divided by 5. That's what our rewrite is. 5 divided by 5 equals 5 divided by 5 equals. Well, watch this. 5 equals 5 times what number? 5 times what number gives you 5? If you answered 1, you were correct. So it should have been 1,000. Okay? On this side, if you wanted to do it, I mean, you could go ahead. You would draw 5 circles. And there would be 1 mark in each of these circles. Okay? Your next problem. Your next problem is 9,000 divided by 3 and that should have been 3,000 with the 3 zeros behind. So we take out all 3 zeros because 3 is smaller than 9. So if we have 9 and divide it by 3, that's what that would look like. 9 divided by 3. Okay, and if you want to rewrite it, 9 equals 3 times what number? If you answered 3, you were correct, so that's why we propped that right back up there. You would have 3 circles here if you decided to do the circle draw, and there would be 3 spots in each of these that would total up to 9. Okay. All right, your next one is going to be 3,000 divided by 5. This one, remember, it's one of the trick ones. So 3,000 divided by 5. And it's not necessarily hard, it's just a little tricky. So is 5 smaller than 3? If you said no, then we need to go and borrow the next door neighbor, which is the 0, and cross out the other 2 zeros that are there, because 30 is now going to be bigger than 5, right? So it should have had the 2 zeros at the end. And then we're going to add one more number right there. So we rewrite it to be 30 divided by 5 on both sides. And that should have been 6. So your answer should have been 600. It would have been 30 is equal to 5 times what number? And that what number should have been 6. Okay, so right here it would have been 5 times 6 equals 30. The other alternative would have been to draw these circles and then put dots to total up to 30. You would have seen that there would have been 6 dots in each of these spots. So if you put 6 dots in each of the spots, by George, you got the answer. Next one. The final one was, oh, actually, we're done. I'm sorry. I kept thinking we had went on to 15. Okay, so in your next assignment, I'm going to move you guys from the big book. We're not going to spend too much more time on this one. I'm going to have you guys do your homework assignment. So you're going to go into your practice book. So if you don't have your practice book, go ahead and pause the video and go get it. If you do, then perfect. You can go ahead and move on right now. So your practice book, you are going to go to page 69. Let me write that up here so then you have it. Okay, so tonight's assignment for 331, and it's due tomorrow, okay, is page 69. And you will be doing numbers 2 all the way through 10, just like you did on this one. So 2 through 10, just the same as you did here. And 11 through 13. Okay, here's what I don't want you, or I want you to pay attention to. So before you stop the video, I really want you to focus on 11 through 13 for a second. So check out 11 through 13. Okay? I would get a sheet of notebook paper if you want to, so you can practice this with me for a second. So here's what happens. On 11 through 13, they're giving you a set of increased numbers. So what I mean by that is if we have, let's try 36, or let's do an easy one. Let's do 6 divided by 3. Okay, if we have 6 divided by 3, that would be 2, right? So once you figure out how you want to do it, so it's either going to be method 1 or method 2 to figure this out. Or if you know your multiplication problems and or your division problems and you already know how to do this, then go ahead and answer the problem. You don't have to do a whole bunch of work on these sections. So 11 through 13, you can actually not have to show your work on this if you can get this off the bat and through your head because you memorized the flashcards already. So 6 divided by 3 would be equal to 2. Then they give you this. They add a 0. Okay? Then they place it as 60 divided by 3. Which in that case, if you have this answer, all you have to do is add that 0 at the end. So it would be 20. Okay? The next set would be 6 And you guessed it, they're going to add 2 zeros. And they're going to divide that by 3. Well, you get your answer, and all you do is you do 200, right? Because there's 2 zeros here. So that's the only change. So I don't want you to look at it and think, oh my gosh, she never taught us this. That's all. That's all they do, is they increase it. So I'm going to try one more for you. So if you want to do a practice problem, you can. Let's try, let's see which one. I'm trying to give you something they didn't give you yet. Let's try 12 divided by 4. Okay, just take a second to figure out what 12 divided by 4 is. Okay, so you can draw either 4 circles, or you can do 12 is equal to 4 times what number? If you want, pause the video, because I'm going to give the answer right now, and I don't want you to just jump to answers every single time. So let's make 12 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we know that there are 3 spots in every circle. Let's double check that. Is 4 times 3, 12? Yep. Okay, so our answer is going to be 3. All right, now in your book, your 11 through 12 problems will just say this. So now it'll be 120, right, divided by 4 is equal to, and then you're going to write 30 and add that 0 in. Okay, then you'll have 1200 and divide it by 4, and that's going to equal 300. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Don't take it too far. If you're having problems on it, once again, I'm here for you. Message me if you need to. Feel free to go back into the videos and rewatch them if you need to. And then, like I said, it is due tomorrow. So please make sure you get that done. You will have a quiz tomorrow, so try to figure out any problems that you don't understand. Get them figured out now, so on your quiz, you're ready to go. And we will move on. I think we will be able to complete the other section, which is section 3.4 on Wednesday, Thursday, okay? So you will start with a quiz tomorrow morning that you'll have to submit to me. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye.